Now, yesterday, the shares of NIO finished trading up over 11%. This resulted in the shares of NIO to finish the day trading at $14.74. Who would have thought, ladies and gents, that we would get to see NIO trading at these kind of levels during these times? This is something that is incredible and something that makes me to be really excited, because this rally, or the kind of rally that we are seeing of coming from NIO, it is very different from the rally we saw, of course, back in 2020. I mean, in 2020, you will notice that NIO, by that time in Q3 or quarter 3, they had only delivered just over 12,000 vehicles, and quarter 4 of 2020 they delivered over 17,000 vehicles. So as now, quarter 3, chances are very high that NIO is going to deliver over 60,000 vehicles, with quarter 4 NIO delivering even probably plus minus 80,000 vehicles. This is something that obviously just has to show you that the difference, or the very first difference between this rally that we are into as of this week and the rally we saw in 2020, the difference is that the fundamentals of NIO have grown so much, because, ladies and gents, back in 2020 NIO only sold over 43,000 vehicles for that year, whereas now this year we are getting to see, or chances are very high that in the Q3, by just the numbers or delivery figures that come from the Q3 alone, we are going to see NIO, of course, thrashing the kind of deliveries they delivered for the entire year 2020. So this year's rally is way different than the previous rally, which at least this rally we can agree, or me and you will agree, that it is a rally that will be backed by very strong fundamentals. So chances are, when this rally continues, we are not going to, of course, according to my opinion, going to see NIO, or find NIO dropping yet again to the 52-week lows, and that is below $80 per stock. So I'm very excited about this rally, and I personally believe that this one, it is quite different from the one we saw back in 2020. So if you are still thinking that the NIO stock will head down below $10 for you to buy, chances are very high that we might not even see those levels anymore, because NIO, like I said, it is the company that is growing. I mean, on Tuesday they'll be giving us their July deliveries, and already so many people, including myself, we are believing to see NIO deliver plus minus 20,000 vehicles just for the month of June, which will, of course, be a new record-breaking monthly deliveries coming out of NIO. So I'm very excited about this surging, or this, of course, rally that we are seeing onto the NIO stock, and it is making so many of the NIO investors to be really excited, and making those that had probably sell previously to come back and want to buy this NIO stock. Otherwise, before we forget the house rules, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now I would appreciate if you can just hit the like button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about NIO's rally, which we are currently seeing at the moment, and tell you why this rally is way different from the rally we saw back in 2020. So if you're enjoying this kind of content, hit that like button, as it also helps with YouTube's algorithm. Otherwise, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. So without wasting any more of your time, I'm very excited about this rally, because, as I said, it's way different from the rally we saw back in 2020. As in 2020, that rally, when it happened, NIO for that year, we saw them delivering over 43,000, whereas this year NIO, chances are very high that they will deliver over 200,000 vehicles, which, of course, it is a much better place. Or if NIO could hit $66.99 at these times, it would make sense, because this is a company where we are seeing some huge growth, or some massive growth in terms of deliveries, which makes the NIO stock price to really make sense right now, because, ladies and gents, they are also delivering more and more deliveries. So I'm very excited about this, because, ladies and gents, you'll know that this is just the beginning, as I've said, or as so many people have been saying. This is the beginning of NIO, because we are seeing NIO not only selling 3 cars like what they were selling probably back in 2020 during those times, but NIO is now selling, or have a fleet of 7 cars, which they are currently selling at the moment. And now in August, they are expected, or this coming month of August, they are expected to launch the 8th model, that is the new new EC6, which of course when they load that one, they would now have a complete 8 models that those that want to buy the new cars can choose from. So this is something that to me, it is really making me to be excited, because NIO, ladies and gents, it is that stock that its fundamentals, its future prospects have been sort of like growing, which is why right now I'm saying that it makes sense for them to even go back to that $66.99, because this is a company that we're seeing its fundamentals growing. Yes, I know that there are things that are still down, like the gross margins onto the new earnings, but those are expected to improve starting from this quarter or quarter 2 going to Q4. I think in Q3 they're expecting to go back or head back into double digits gross margins, which will be so great, and even improve further going into Q4. Those are the only, or that's the only thing that right now it is still a question mark, I would like to believe, to most of the new investors. But otherwise, other things, delivery wise, we already know that they've picked up deliveries, because last week until last week Saturday, NIO had sold over 12,700 of course just in China. So or in 3 weeks they had managed to sell over 12,700, which is something that must just show you that of course delivery wise NIO has improved, and the chances, like I said, we are going to see them reporting or delivering over 20,000 vehicles come this Tuesday. So I'm very excited about the current rally we are seeing or witnessing onto the NIO, though I'm not yet, or the NIO stock price is not yet back at my, of course, average purchase share price onto NIO. I have not breaked even onto this stock, because my average onto NIO is just over $23.60. So once we get to that level, I will be very excited, or even more excited about this stock, and not to say that I'll be selling, because I believe this is a company that its fundamentals and its future prospects are going to be the one that makes it to stand out. I mean, one of the good things when thinking about NIO is of course their battery swapping station technology, which it gives those that buy the NIO cars to be able to swap the battery in their car in less than 4.5 minutes, which is something that is of course quite good. I mean, one of the good things we read this week was that of course the Chinese government, it is willing to go or push an extra mile to those vehicles that support battery swapping station, which makes it really interesting, especially for a company like NIO, because that, ladies and gents, in itself just means that there's no way that NIO is going to fail. There's no way NIO is going to get bankrupt. There's no way China will let NIO fail, because, ladies and gents, we are seeing them encouraging, putting it out there that those that buy cars that support battery swapping station technology will get extra, of course, subsidies over and above the subsidies that all the NEV cars in China will be getting early next year, 2024. So I'm very excited, because those that want to buy NIO in China will have even more subsidies that they will get from the Chinese government, which is something that, to know that NIO, especially with the battery swapping station, they are the leader worldwide, I can put it like that. It is something that makes me to be really excited, because, ladies and gents, if they are going to prioritize even further battery cars that supports battery swapping station, then chances are very high that we are going to see NIO being that stock that will do very well in the future. And one of the good things that of course is happening in 2024 is of course NIO launching their subsidy called Alps, or their first model on their subsidy called Alps, which of course we already know that those cars will be priced, or their sub brand will be priced between 200 and 300,000 RMB, which with battery swapping station technology, or with bus featured or bus subscription, we all know that they are going to be so cheap in a way that of course it will make the mass market in China to just have to fall in love with the sub brand of NIO, and that is the Alps brand next year. So that is another very huge catalyst which so many of the NIO investors, including myself, we are patiently waiting for. That is in 2024, because that will mean that NIO it's also selling even more cars over and above the NIO cars that we are seeing. They are selling even more cheaper cars, because this will mean that NIO will finish the year 2024 selling, of course, even cheaper models than the new current models we see from NIO as is there. So I'm very excited about that, and obviously the future is bright for NIO. I think you and me right now, we have to agree, especially after Tuesday when we get the delivery numbers or record-breaking delivery numbers. You and me, I think we are going to have something in common that we agree on, especially on NIO, and that is NIO is set for greatness, because they would have not only produced the deliveries or the delivery record or monthly delivery record, but they would have also, of course, gotten plus minus 20,000 deliveries, which is something that the NIO holders have been patiently waiting for. And if we get to see that as per my yesterday's video, then the rally to me is just going to continue. Chances are, if we get to that figure, we might finish that here in the next week, who knows, trading close to $20 per stock. I would really hope that to see that, because it's been long that this NIO stock has been trading towards its 52-week low. So otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you're subscribed, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.